Louisiana beer reviews looks at Weltenburger Kloster Barock Dunkel, 4.7% alcohol, brewed by the Kloster Barock, Weltenburg. This is a Benedictine abbey cloister. They're cloistered, they're hid behind the walls, they don't come out. It says right here, Bavarian beer, Kelheim, Germany, imported by S&H Independent Premium Brands of Denver, Colorado. I bought this at Dorgnax, okay? Store cool and dark. Well, they had it right out there in the lights, you know, not dark, maybe cool in the store. Water, malted barley, and hops. Okay, so on the website they said they use it using dark barley malt, caramel barley malt, and what they call color malt. And the hops are pearl hops. It gets C+ on Beer Advocate. I call it a C+. They're saying very good. I don't think a 78 out of 100 would be very good, but anyway, they have different way they look at it. Rate beer saying 84 out of 100, but in the style, the Dunkel beer, dark lager beer, 99 out of 100, basically a perfect beer. Okay, so since 1050, they've been brewing. They claim now, Ryan Stefan, they're saying no, we're older. But both of them been around since the Middle Ages, okay? Baroque. Okay, so Baroque Dunkel. So they're saying Weltenburger Kloster Bier aus der ältesten Klosterbrauerei der Welt. Since 1050. Okay, so they're saying is the oldest cloistered brewery in the world. Brian Stefano would say no. And there's the grounds of the cloister brewery. During the Revolution, which began in France, and on July 14, 1789, it reached Germany, and unfortunately, the revolutionaries in 1803 seized the cloister, the abbey. But it was restored after the return of the legitimate government. So I think it was 1842, the King of Bavaria restored the abbey, and it's still in operation today. And this beer, they say, is aged like 6 weeks down in a stone cellar. All right. Very thick, creamy, beige head, and a dark brown, but really it's like a tan brown, a lighter brown. Not so dark. Tawny. Let's call it tawny brown. Okie doke. Now I've had some other ones from them, the Assambach, other things like that. Now honestly, this one smells old. It smells like old beer. Brown bread, they say it's going to smell bready, you know, toasty, roasty, bread crusty type thing. But it smells old and out of date. I had the Golden Pheasant once. It was so old. And then when I revisited years later and had a fresher bottle, it smelled a lot better. If you think the store is going to check the dates, you are thinking wrong. They are not going to do that. I don't see a date, guys. There's a code, guys. 119G1327. I'm not going to try to translate that. This thing is very, it looks, you might see all these hexagonal things inside the bottle. See that? When a beer gets skunked, like you get a bottle of Mickey's in that green bottle and it's really heavily skunked, or the Bud Ice, and it'd be that hexagonal thing going down there. That's a sign. And I don't know what you call these things. It's like platforms of air bubbles, but they're not round. That's a sign that it's skunked and it's going to be slimy. Even in this brown bottle, that thing might have been sitting under those store lights, fluorescent lights, for years. Okay, so I'm sorry about that, but it smells so old and really, you might say, rancid. And I don't know how to describe that. It's like a sharp, yeah, like rotten fruit. Okay, like old fruit by a dumpster, you know. If I set this outside, the flies would love it. I'm telling you, they would just flock. But it's not rotten fruit, it's rotten grain. A lot of raisin, old prunes, old raisins. Same thing. Think of like prune juice. Or old raisins. California raisins, you know, the golden raisins and the brown. Prune juice, some old figs, some dates. Maybe some old wet bread, moldy bread, medium body. Kind of a wet, sloppy finish. Ugh. See why I don't buy these things anymore? I've had too many experiences with this stuff, like this, being ruined. Looks really weird in that bottle with that hexagonal weirdness. You know, like it looks weird with the weirdness, right? Still in there. Oh yeah, there is cake stuff. Oh boy, this could lead to some digestive issues, I do believe. I just think it might make you a little sick. And if I brought it back to Dornax, they would say, well, people cook with it. I think I had that Gibson, you might have saw the video for that Gibson Vineyards, I think it was Marsala. I never tried the Madeira wine, and I was like, oh, that stuff's rancid. And I just poured it out. It tasted like some kind of metal, some steel. I just took a couple of sips and I poured it down the drain while the video was running. There was no way I was drinking that. And I could get almost like port. This stuff is so caked, heavily caked, and that's telling me this thing's been setting up for years. So I'm not going to bring it back because I know it. This was $3.99 for a rotten beer, and they're going to say, well, people cook with it. Or they might just say, well, sorry. You poured it out. Well, I mean, yeah, I poured it out. I'm not driving 34 miles or 30 miles. 20, whatever it is, 28, it'll never come loose. 28 miles to go bring back that. Oh boy. I'm just gonna stick with them. American style. It doesn't smell skunky though, okay? I wish it smelled skunky. That would be good. Good. Skunky would be better than old rotten raisins. Obviously, I'm going to give it a bad score, a D, based on the age of it. Some beers do not age. 4.7% lager beers, don't age them. Now, I had some of the other old ones. They didn't make me sick, but they made me feel. They made me feel sickly, but they didn't make me sick. I got some crackers, some deviled ham from Underwood, and some Country Castle Limburger cheese with the Louisiana brand hot sauce on it. That could help me out. If you got it fresh, you might deserve that 99 out of 100. It's won many awards. Many awards. But if they had this sample at the competition, they would dump it out. They would not drink it. It would be disqualified for being spoiled. Sorry, I'm just going to stay away from these German imports from now on. It's just too unreliable. I mean, if you want to drink a beer that tastes like rotten raisins and prune juice and other unpleasant substances, go ahead and buy it. But like I said, you can't. Thing ran forever. Seemed like. But remember, you might get a fresh bottle, but you can't figure out the code. I can't. Oh well, that's it. Thank you for watching this catastrophic, disastrous video production. Y'all come on down to Louisiana and don't buy German import beer.